In this question, we are solving for x in this triangle. When I look at the triangle, I see that it has a square in the corner that shows that it has a 90-degree angle. It has an angle of 62 degrees, a side of 108 centimeters, and a missing side x. So when I'm trying to choose a method, the first thing I do is I ask myself, is this a right angle triangle? And the answer is yes. So my next question is, do I know two sides? And the answer to that question is no, I only know one of the two sides. So that means that we are going to use the sine, cos, or tan ratios. So I like to write down SOHCAHTOA to help me out. And I'm going to take my triangle and label it using the same letters in my formula. So I have O, H, and A for opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent. And that's how I'm going to label my triangle. Across from the right angle is always the hypotenuse. Across from the angle that was given in the question is my opposite. And the one beside that angle is the adjacent. I take a look at my triangle and I look to see which side do I not know anything about. In this case, we do not know anything about the adjacent. So I'm going to eliminate anything here that uses the letter A for adjacent. That means we're getting rid of tan and cosine. And we're going to solve using sine. So sine of angle A is O, opposite, over H, hypotenuse. For angle A, we are going to sub in 62 degrees. So I have sine of 62 equals our opposite, 108 centimeters, over the hypotenuse, which is x. Because I have a fraction, I like to cross multiply. The sine of 62 is secretly over 1, and then I am going to multiply the denominator from each side by the numerator of the opposite side. So I would have x times sine of 62 equals 1 times 108, which is 108. Now I would like the x to be all by itself, but it is currently being multiplied by sine of 62. So to cancel out multiplication by sine of 62, I would divide by sine of 62. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So I'm going to end up with x equals 180 divided by sine of 62. So on my calculator, I would do 180 divided by, and then I have to do 62 sine because of the type of calculator I have, and then equals. So I ended up with 203.86. I take a peek at that next number. It is less than 5, so I'm going to leave that as 203.86. So that is 203.86. The unit in the question is centimeters, so it is 203.86 centimeters.